So I'm going to make a pumpkin pie, and if you follow along with me, I am going by suggestions of a recipe, but I am going off on my own because I don't like the recipe and want to make some substitutions. So number one, I'm using a real squash, and they don't really say what size. It's hard to say the circumference of the size of a squash or a sugar pumpkin. So you're not sure if you've got 5 cups or 3 cups or 10 cups to work with. So follow along as I make a homemade fresh pumpkin pie, a real one. Okay, so the type of squash I got at the fresh market was called Kabocha. K-A-B-O-C-H-A. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. It's also known as Japanese pumpkin. So it was about this big, and that's what I used to make my pumpkin pie. So for the crust, I don't want a traditional crust. I'm using what I have in my kitchen. Right now, I just chopped up a little over a cup of walnuts. So it is nicely crumbled, I guess is the word. And then I used organic dates. I didn't use quite this many, but I think I used 8 or 10. And that's in here. Now I just don't want the walnuts and the dates. I have to have some type of fat to bind them together. And I think I'm gonna stretch it, even though I've got a lot of walnuts there, but I'm gonna stretch it with some sprouted rolled oats. Great company. Okay, so I crumbled in the oats in with the dates to try and make it less sticky. I think when I add some of the walnuts and then heat a little bit of coconut oil, I'll get a pie crust where I can just kind of press it down. So now I added in about a cup of the ground walnuts. So I did about 3/4 of a cup of the oats and the 8 to 10 dates, and then a cup of the ground walnuts. And I have a good mix here. It's a little crumbly, so I'm gonna heat up a little bit of coconut oil and add that in, and then press it into the bottom of a pie pan, which I have somewhere here. Now the dates made it sweet enough, but I got some Arizona honey. I was at the farmer's market. And farmer's market's where I also got the squash. Just gonna add just a little bit in. This one's called Fall. It's holistic and it's raw and it's local. I heated up about 1/4 of a cup, and I used refined organic coconut oil. Refined means they take out some of the things that make it smoke at a lower point. So when you have refined coconut oil, you can heat it up higher. Not that I'm doing that, but right now that's all I've got. It's still organic, but it's good to have on hand in case you want to cook with it. Gonna blend it up. Found my pie pan. I put a little bit of olive oil spray in there, organic. And as you can see, it's not crumbly anymore. So of course you can use either a frozen pie crust, if you don't mind the wheat and the lard, or you can use any other type of crust that you want. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now I have to figure out what to do with this. So they call for evaporated milk. I don't want to use that. I bought some coconut eggnog, so it's not a dairy. I'm just gonna try putting a little eggnog in. Number one, it's thicker. Number two, it always got some flavor. It's organic. You can use what you want. They do say evaporated milk. I never have that. I don't have that in my pantry. 2 eggs. And then I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of flour. Pinch of salt, my little sea salt here. It's about 2 tablespoons. I don't measure, you know me. Mix it up. Now, people use obviously brown sugar, they use white sugar. I think I've got monk fruit, so I'm going to use that because the crust has some honey and it has dates in it already. So I don't need the pie to be super sweet. I don't think I'm adding the milk. So this is with just the flour and the eggs. I don't know about you, but sometimes I hide the pumpkin pie spice when it's summer and I really don't care about it. So now I can't find it. So I've got ground ginger, ground cloves, I've got cinnamon, got nutmeg, and the nutmeg. Cinnamon is a natural blood sugar regulator. Ginger is good for a lot of things besides digestion. So I found some stevia. I'm going to add in just a 1/4 cup. Hopefully it doesn't annoy you that I don't use a measuring. So crust, pumpkin, and still have some left over. So that one is done. I'm going to add a little more cinnamon on the top just because people like pretty things. And figure out how to stretch the other crust and the other filling here and make myself another one. Got the second pie and ended up just stretching it a little bit. And for this, because I've got the last little bit of the pumpkin, I'm going to add some of this coconut holiday nog. I guess it's not organic, but it's coconut milk, lactose free, and it's got some spices in it already. But I still don't think I have enough for my pie, so I'm going to cheat and use a can. All right, here's the second one. So I added a whole can of pumpkin, and then I put in about 1/2 cup of eggnog and the spices. So cinnamon, clove, ginger. Didn't have nutmeg, but it actually tastes good without it. I added a little stevia. I didn't add flour to this one. Okay, so this one says bake 450 for 10 minutes and then turn it down to 350 and do it for another 50 or 60. So the pies are out. Boy, did that take a while. Depending on your oven, I did the 10 minutes at 450, then I did an hour and 15 at 350. And here is the pie. So it looks quite done. I'm glad I didn't really add milk to it. So it just didn't really need any. And it's gonna taste great. It's just sometimes homemade things don't look as beautiful as store-bought, but they're better for you. So I hope you enjoy your winter wonderful squash and holiday and stews and all the foods that come with cold weather, just like I will.